right, everybody, how you doing? My name's Tommy, and this is the Gallery Backyard Barbecue, and we got this is going to be a fun cook. I'm so looking forward to this. This is about a 6-pound turkey leg that we're going to drop out on the Weber Kettle and go about 300 Fahrenheit. And we're going to take it all the way up to 170 Fahrenheit. But first, what I want to do is, remember, I had this in a brine for 24 hours. I'll put that on the screen and also down below in the description. It's a basic brine. It's all you really need for turkey. So what I want to do is get some of this rub. But this is going to be a basic rub for this bird. And we're going to get some salt, of course. A little black pepper, of course. This is a smoked paprika. This is a must. That down. Of course, we want a little onion powder. And look, there's all kinds of rubs. You can pick your favorite rub. You can go with a pre-store purchased rub, or you can mix up one yourself. This is what I'm doing here. And again, a little garlic powder. No big deal. All right, remember we, before the brine, we pulled this skin back, right? So I'm going to take that opportunity here. Just get some of this rub directly on the meat, right? Here we go. Oh, yeah. And now I'm going to hit this with a light smoke on the Weber. I think I'm going to go with a little pecan wood on the Weber, just to give it a light smoke. You can go with a hickory, you can go with a mesquite, you can basically go with whatever you want. Oh man, this is Disney at its finest right here. I can remember getting these. You get these at fairs, right? You get these at Disney. Now, I wish I would have had one with little skin here, but the butcher did a number. No big deal. We'll do the best we can do. That's all you can do. Now, after you pull the skin back, you want to get some on the skin. Now, I'm not sure how long this is going to cook. Again, I'm going to try to choke the Weber down to about 300 Fahrenheit. We are using that diffuser plate, and we may have to add fuel as we go, but we'll play that by ear. The smoked paprika on this is going to give it that nice smoky flavor, plus the wood that's in the pit, and this is going to be, oh man, it's going to be good. All right, that looks pretty good. And at this time, I'll see you at the grill. Alrighty, look, before we hit the pit, let's take a look at this brine. This is a basic brine, right? I got about maybe 2 cups of water. Got a little salt in there, right there. I hit it with a little brown sugar. Of course, a little honey, right? A little sweetness in. A little garlic powder. We got a little onion powder. And a little thyme. And I'll leave a little something down in the description if you want to follow along on this brine. It's a basic brine. I'm going to throw a little bay leaf in there. Nothing special. It does the trick, that's for sure. That was a little dry sage in there with some ground allspice, and of course we got the smoked paprika. And that would be a little ground cloves, I do believe. Give it a little mix up, right? And I'll do something similar to this on Thanksgiving. Do it a little transfer, right? Because otherwise I'll be making one big mess. Of course. All right, now look, I'll do a 15-hour brine, an overnight brine. You definitely want to finish it off with some ice water. You want to get that bird nice and cold. And then I'll just get it out the next day and give it a quick rinse and get it on some paper towels. And now let's take it back in alive. Alrighty, look, so as you see, I got a tin underneath on top of the diffuser plate. One thing about adding water, which I'm going to do, so you want to try to match the temperature of the water with the pit, right? So you don't really want to go, if you're doing a 300 cook, you don't want to pour ice cold water in there because it's just going to mess around with the temp. It's going to take time for it to heat up. So you want to try to match it, right? So 300, and I got a pretty much of a hot water, or at least lukewarm. And that'll help stabilize the temp and also control the temp. Oh yeah. All right, so look, we'll get this bad boy on and we'll let it run. I'm not gonna probe it. I don't believe there's a reason to probe it right now. I'm just gonna let it run for about a good hour, solid hour, and then just get a check and see where we are. Alrighty, look, we let this bad boy run right to the 2-hour mark. 2-hour mark, so we'll give it a quick look over, make sure nothing's burning. We'll get a quick temp check. And we know it's not done yet, but we're just kind of checking. I can tell you it's about 125 Fahrenheit. She's looking pretty good. And we are quickly approaching the 3-hour mark, I do believe. And the pit is holding perfectly at about 275 to 300. And you can see the bird is up to about 155. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm thinking about another hour, right at that, about that 4-hour mark. I'm going to get a little fresh water in. We'll get that hood closed up. Alrighty, and I got my basting butter ready. This is a half a stick of butter, some thyme, and a little bit of honey, and we're at the 4-hour mark, and I know she's done. Oh man, that is great color. Oh yeah, we'll roll that up to about 170 Fahrenheit, and that is good enough for me. She'll carry over a couple of degrees on the board. We'll get that basting butter down. Man, I am looking forward to this big time. Oh, wow. Perfect. Alrighty, look, at this time I want to welcome aboard my new Patreon member, Michael Rogers, executive producer level, and of course Christy Bono and Alan Forbes, producer level. I appreciate all you guys, and look, the executive producer level real quick gets a 1-month Zoom call with myself and the rest of the executive producers, and in that Zoom call we'll talk about maybe some menu planning and upcoming shows and so forth. So that, look, that's a nice perk. I'm going to leave the information to the Patreon down below. Also, I have a website. You can check that down below. You can go to the website. There's a newsletter, blah, blah, blah. I really appreciate you all for the support, right? So let's take this in live for the all-important taste test. All right, everybody, look, that's it. 4 hours. The Weber Kettle hung around at that 275 to 300 range. I mean, that diffuser plate really steadies the temperature on the kettle. I don't remember my 22-inch kettles really holding temp like that. Now look, on the downside of the diffuser plate, it's really hard to go real low and slow. Once that charcoal gets cooking, she gets up there, 275 terrain, kind of hangs right there. But look, 4 hours, and this is what we got. I mean, I'm getting bombarded with acorns. The squirrels in the trees are going nuts. And look, so am I. I mean, I don't even know where to start with this behemoth. This was originally planned for a master-built cook, but my master-built controller took a dive on me yesterday, so the Weber stepped in. Once I get the master-built up and running, I'll be sure to throw one of these bad boys on it to maybe do a little comparison, right? Oh, man. I mean, I guess I'm just going to dive right in. Man, you could really taste that honey, butter. I put a little thyme, half a stick of butter, and about 2 tablespoons of honey, and let that cook, and I basted it at the very end. And you really can taste that. Let me get a cut here. The smoke flavor on this is just perfect. I mean, so far the Weber was really putting out a good amount of smoke, as we know the kettle always does, right? I mean, look at that. Guys, what could I say, man? This is through the roof. This is awesome. If you see these turkey legs, pick it up and give it a shot. This is a definite must make. I picked this bad boy up at Whole Foods. So if you have a Whole Foods near you, you may want to check it. And also your local butcher, ask them. Thanksgiving's coming, so these will definitely be around the markets. So look, that's it for this one. You want to stay tuned because I got a lot of exciting things coming up. I'm going to stick a couple videos right here. You check those out. I'll see you over there, and I will see you soon.